What's going on? We back. I told you guys we're gonna be back with another live stream. Not walking the dog today. Gonna make my daughter walk the dog, and you know, do what she does, walking the dog. Get this camera together. There we go. So definitely, let's see. Just my ghetto trap, my ghetto trapezoid, whatever you want to call it. We back talking Eddie Hearn. Told you guys, I gave you a little bit of taste of the other live stream we did today. If you missed that live stream, we was talking about the potential rumor, or the rumor that's going around that sounds about factual, that Tank was smashing Ayanna Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather's 17-year-old daughter. And I heard long as you 16. What's up, Jeff? It's a homie Jeff. What's going on? Appreciate it. Long as you, I think he said 16 or 17. Long as you walk across the street, you able to get hit. If y'all understand my drift. So it was legal if Tank smashed Ayanna Mayweather. So that's not a statutory rape. I think somebody in the comment section said if it's true that what's going on in Tampa, that if you 16 is the consensual sex age in Vegas. But we talking about Eddie Hearn. So. I'm gonna talk about Devin Haney said it was just him, so maybe Devin Haney did too. But Devin Haney's just turned 19, so I'm gonna just before we get some more people going on. Yeah, it just like it's an old rumor. I remember Shakira Stevenson saying that, and then Devin said it, and then other people were saying it. But now it's starting to make sense. We kind of breed. We trying. What's going on, Blood? Blood jumped on the stream at the end with Fanon and us yesterday. I'm going to have Blood come on my stream one day. We're going to have to set it up, homie. You got to hit me up on Facebook, the Box Clinic and more. Just message me there. Let me know your schedule. We can do something on your channel, my channel, whatever you feel comfortable with. But yeah, so it's just like something that just clicked, Shout out to Boxing Facts Over Fiction. Shout out to him. Y'all go subscribe to that homie page. He put it all together. I ain't gonna take credit for somebody else's work. I just put my spin on it. Hey, Eddie Hearn is, I don't know if you guys heard it, been over the internet. He hasn't officially announced his big deal. We can start there. The big announcement, like I told you, the UK, no offense to y'all, but they their definition of announcement, a big announcement, is different. I'm coming to your house, I bring beer. Oh, for sure. Their definition of big is different from ours. You know what I'm saying? And his big announcement is he's teaming up with a $1 billion backing streaming company. I think they got a backing of $20 billion, bagging. They call it DSZN, I believe it is. And he's bringing another premium network boxing channel to America. So the subscription fee is going to be $20 per month for you to watch exclusive Matchroom USA boxing matches. So as far as that, I don't know the particulars. He's going to be announcing it this week, and I have a story that segues into that, and everything that's in the title and some more we going to segue into. So this may be lengthy. I do have time today. I don't have to walk the puppy, so I have time. Right. Watch on Instagram and all that. But, he, like Fanon was talking about earlier, I had ran into the article about it, or ran into some story about it, and he wants $20 for you to watch that. I don't know if it's going to be HBO fights going to be included on there, and if it's fighters who's fighting on ESPN now, ESPN Plus app, with Amir Khan fighting on the app. I don't know who got $20. Even, Showtime and HBO ain't $20 in my area. I believe I paid $12.99 or something like that for Showtime. I don't have HBO since there's no shows on there I really like and the boxing sucks. I could just stream those on my phone if I got to. What's going on, fellas? Marlo's Corner. Oh, I be seeing your shows, Marlo. Man, I fuck with you. The brother Trey X, that's my homie right there. See, you always got him on. Appreciate you for coming on. So it's another $20 to spend. It's like we got $20 to spend. ESPN Plus app is fucking $5. If he said, oh, I got a $3 or $5 app, I would consider it. But I mean, he don't have a large stable of U.S. fighters for me to pay for that shit, dog. I'm not paying for $20 to see Danny Jacobs and Jarrell Fat Baby Nick Miller fight. I'm not doing it. You know, if you tell me you tell me these, you know, I don't know who he can get for me to pay $20. Yeah, $12.99. Yeah, that's the only thing I pay for. It ain't because just the boxing. The boxing is good. They got the Shy, Billions, Trey. They got some good shows. I'm not into the Game of Thrones. So I was into The Wire, The Sopranos, shit like that. Y'all get my drift. Boardwalk Empire was a good show. Now if they had some shows like that on HBO, they got a sucker right here. But no, I'm good. But yeah, I don't know what he's thinking, but he must really about to try to go through with this biggest stable in boxing in the United States. But it's funny. I'm a drift off into something else, and then I'm gonna go into the next story that segues into that. It's funny that all these promoters are saying, "Oh, we talking to Al Heyman fighters about signing with us." It's Eddie, Bob. Oh yeah, we gonna be real close to signing this fighter. That's with Al Heyman. I mean, why ain't none of them pussy niggas pulled the trigger yet? You know, where Keith Thurman at? That's if he still want to box. You know, they got Arthur Betterby to sign with well, he ain't officially signed with Top Rank yet, I don't think. But if you got this much pull and you showing these people this much money, I mean that's like your girl or some shit, you know, or one of your hoes if you a pimp. You know, come take the hoe if you can take her. You know, and they can't take the hoes. No, I'm not calling the fighter hoes, it's a bad analogy, but you get my drift. Who coming over there? You know, you gonna announce this $20 platform in America, like we ain't got enough bills to be paying, enough television to be paying between Netflix, Hulu. I mean, you got Cody, you still gotta pay a nigga to update Cody for you, even though I do all that, and I can just reboot my channel to show you how to do that. But I ain't paying no $20. I ain't telling you niggas I'm the richest nigga. I'm asking my girl, should I pay for YouTube Red? You know, only reason she probably gonna fucking side with me because she can listen to her music outside the app, because that little iPhone don't let you download music and shit like illegally like I do on my little Google Pixel, which is the best phone I ever had. I don't even want the second one. You know, so I ain't saying, like, I'll tell you niggas I ain't the richest nigga out there. I ain't even close. So I ain't about to pay for that shit. You know, I ain't paying for no extra $20. I'm itching about the ESPN Plus app, but I'm only doing that, you know, yeah, that's the reason I got it, because 7 Day Sports said that Cobra Kai shit was off the chain, so I started watching the first episode. I say, shit, yeah, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get the family plan, $15 a month, you know. You know, I pay the $15 a month. It just, you know, it is what it is, because it's beneficial. But to segue into what I was about to talk about Eddie Hearn, is the fact that let's talk about this. He said that you know, him and Barry the pops. If you don't know who Barry is, damn, he told 7 Day Sports to watch. Yeah, I paid the $15 for the family plan though. You know, I let my mom hop on there. A couple of motherfuckers. So, you know, it's your Mother's Day present. YouTube Red, mom. It's like no. But yeah, AJ was supposed to make that. AJ is supposed to make that announcement yesterday, man. That's one thing that slipped through our fucking cracks, dog. That slipped under our eyes right there and through my ears and everything. I was following up on that, and I done hopped on with Fanon, and I done did my video lineup for the day. I built my archives up, and this sloppy sucker didn't even fucking make an announcement yesterday. He gonna make the announcement then and there. And then Eddie Hearn says this. Oh, you know, we coming to make that announcement this week with the DAZN network. With them paying 20, you want to pay $20 a month for more boxing. We gonna sit down with Al Heyman and Shelly Finkel and talk about it. What is there to talk about at this point? It's nothing to talk about making this Wilder and Joshua fight. What is there to talk about? Somebody tell me. They sent the contract, apparently. Anthony Joshua has some questions. They sent it to Al Heyman. Al Heyman answered the questions in rebuttal and they sent it back. So is you taking the fight or is you not taking the fight? Personally, I know AJ wants to fight. Because don't no individual that got melanin in their skin gonna turn down on $50 million and 50% on the back half. Period. Period. He potentially could make $75 to $100 million fighting this. That's 5 times bigger than any person he's fought. Wilder, or Vladimir Klitschko, or Joseph Parker. And you got the opportunity to become undisputed and make history. He wants to fight. Period. So we not clowning AJ no more. We clowning what Barry and Eddie is doing. And what they is doing is this, man. Like I said yesterday, what they doing is saying, okay, if you take this Wilder fight, you going to sign this contract and sign your life away so you can't run off with Al Heyman. That's what they telling him. You heard him. I don't want to sign my life away for a Wilder fight. That's what they saying, man. So they trying to force this dude to not take the fight. I guess Taffy Hall is a big football stadium, Manchester United. I don't know who the fuck plays there, but it's a historic venue. Not since Chris Eubanks Jr. fought there. I think Nigel Benn maybe fought there last. It's been over 20 years since somebody fought there. So they offering him a great opportunity to fight at a classic venue. So I mean, there you got it, man. Anytime they start trying to sweeten the pot and trying to push you towards something else, what can you do? And then not only that, fellas, you got the fact that Alexander Povetkin is the purse bid king. You know, Povetkin is the purse bid king, fellas. So, you know, he ain't got to accept no deal from Eddie Hearn. Somebody said this in my comment section. I thought about it. I said, he won the purse bid versus Vladimir Klitschko. He won the purse bid versus Deontay Wilder, even though it didn't happen. So, if Alexander Povetkin, who got $1 billion backing, who pockets is deeper than Al Heyman's and his investors, or close to it, and Eddie Hearn and Barry are not even in the same ballpark as Al Heyman and Alexander Povetkin $1 billion backing. Alexander Povetkin ain't got to accept shit. It go to purse bid. He's the mandatory to the WBA and I think the WBO. So he ain't got to sit there and be like, you know, oh, let's make a deal. No. When he win that purse bid, Anthony Joshua will travel where Povetkin says travel to. If it's in Russia, it's going to be in Russia. What can you do? Yeah, I said that lie. I said Povetkin, especially if it ain't no random drug test, Povetkin might whoop that ass. And then you going to Russia too? Trying to tell y'all, dog. They think the shit is sweet, man. They think the shit is sweet. I wonder, have they thought about that, man? Like, you know, do they really think, you know, they pockets is deeper than $1 billion backing? Hold on for a minute. Need something to drink. Do they think they shit is better than $1 billion backing? For you motherfuckers who ain't got this, man. You know, Fago, Ahana. It's a Detroit thing. It's the best thing ever, man. But yes, yeah. I mean, shit. And then they talking about Miller and shit, right? I mean, Miller's a good card for Joshua. But we all know, I mean, Miller got a shot because Joshua ain't all that hot neither. He ain't been progressing. I was going to the Spence fight. I got to make an accommodation, man. I had to switch jobs, man. Sad situation. Put your 2 weeks notice in, and the job get mad at you and shit. So, nigga, I just basically just walk, you feel me? So, I'm waiting to start my next job, which is way more, so I ain't tripping. So, I just got to put that accommodation in. But Miller, yeah, Miller could. I mean, I expect Anthony Joshua to dog walk that motherfucker, man. You know, oh, yeah, Jeff for sure. You know, if I go out there for sure. If not, I might take a little vacation down there. If not, I'm probably going to go to Cali. I'm going to check Robert Richard Jr. Mikey out. If y'all ain't seen it, Timothy Broner is baiting Timothy Bradley on Instagram to come out of retirement. He said, meet me at 144. What a puss. That's another video for another day. And also, Vasily Lomachenko. And if you in that New York area, Lomachenko, Linares, ticket. Shout out to my nigga from Brooklyn, man. I didn't get to meet up with him when I was out there. My boy Anthony, man. Those tickets have dropped from $80-something to about $56. So, you know, it ain't even Friday yet. It ain't even Friday yet. So that $56, man. He live out there, so he goes to the fights. He said he seen Crawford and he seen somebody, Crawford and Diaz. He said he seen them fight for $18 and damn near was able to hit sweat hit him on the face. So them tickets is dropping real fast. The top ranked events don't sell that big. I think they lead on the East Coast to be exact. But back to the topic. But yeah, I mean, so would they pay Povetkin off to step aside to fight Miller? I mean, the Miller fight might not generate what they believe it generating. They might lose with paying Povetkin off to step aside for a Miller fight. So for me right now, the most important thing right now is why not take the Wilder fight, man? Why not? Because if Anthony Joshua is able to beat Wilder or be competitive, he's opened up a whole nother market. Oh yeah, for sure, Cali, yeah. For sure, I fuck Cali. I hit you up, but yeah, you know. So I mean, for Anthony, they just don't want Anthony Joshua. Yes, at Staples. They just don't want Anthony Joshua at Charlo. I'm gonna go to the Mikey boy. That's Charlo a little bit too close. And be too many Hispanics up in there with Maras and Santa Cruz. But why no one is reporting that Virgil Hunter's being in the hospital the last 2 months? I didn't know he was still in the hospital. I know Keisha Cole daddy. He is Keisha Cole's singer, her daddy. You know, hopefully he get well. I didn't know he still was in the hospital. I didn't hear Amir Khan speak on it after this fight. But yeah, hopefully the brother get well, and that's probably another reason why Andre Ward ain't taking Tony Bellew too serious right now, because you can officially mark Andre Ward off and 100% retired. Virgil Hunter ain't healthy. Oh, he spoke, and I must have missed it. I know he was goosing right now. You know, he loved Cali, man, but hopefully the brother get better. But yeah, but Joshua, I mean, it's a perfect time. You know, if Joshua's able to dog walk Wilder, and Premier Boxing Champions can do something that they never really do, and really promote these fighters and promote these fights, and just not run them on CBS radio and just run a promo here. I'm gonna tell you this, dog. If they don't do a real 24/7 raw and kind of edited version for CBS and put it on CBS, and then had the raw version out there, at least on YouTube or something like Top Rank been doing with Crawford, or put it on Showtime, they doing themselves a disservice, man. You got to put into these fights what you expect to get out, man. I think Joshua will be exciting on there, man. A lot of people look at that big ass motherfucker, and they gonna want to be interested. And if Wilder can talk that shit, you know, closer with Floyd did, they can do $1 million, $1.5 million pay-per-view buys, you know. But like Eddie said, we gonna meet. And I'm gonna meet up with Shelly Finkel and Al Heyman. So maybe they gonna meet up with Shelly Finkel and Al Heyman, and they finally gonna you know, announce it or some shit, or they gonna accept, you know, what Al Heyman had to offer, or whatever it may be. And I hope so. But you know, I'm just tired in boxing. We gotta just continue to talk and try to get our voice heard and all this shit to get a fight. What's going on? Curse word. You know, we got to continue to, you know, that Pacquiao Mayweather shit hurt boxing more than people know. You know, fighters really think that jump in pay is going to happen from 2009 to whenever the fuck they fought. What was it, 15, 14? They think that if they sit and wait and bullshit around that jump in pay going to help it happen for them. It's not going to happen. Pacquiao and Mayweather laid the groundwork long before Morales, Barrera, Corrales, Arturo Gatti. They paid their dues. A lot of these dudes ain't paid their dues for real. No, every fighter thinking they can just sit and wait and motherfuckers gonna see that fight. That shit hurt boxing, because at the end of the day, that fight didn't live up to the expectations we all had. Oh yeah, appreciate it, man. That was a good ass show. I wasn't even expecting it. I walked away, and I think I was doing something else. And I seen them shoot me an invite. I just happened to got out the shower, hop on in. So if you ain't smash that like button, please do. Appreciate it. Yeah, and you know, then we can hop into the Charlo situation with Jacobs. Now let me explain this. This is probably where I'm probably gonna spend a grunt of the time talking about right here. This is probably gonna be the thick of this video right there, and then we gonna get into we did the deal, we did the then we gonna get into Q&A. You know, just random talk after this. But this is gonna be lengthy. We gonna try to hit an hour, you know. But this is where it's gonna get lengthy at, man. Hey, this Jacobs shit, man. I know a lot of y'all don't like the Charlo twins. You know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna take you back way, way, way back when they was fighting, man. I thought Demetrius Andrade would have whooped both of them. Jermall Charlo, I didn't know shit about him, man. I just know he wasn't fighting nobody before he fought Austin Trout and K9. K9 from the city, I done ran into him a lot of times. He's a good brother. I didn't think that they would be able to compete with Demetrius Andrade at that time. I will admit it. There's probably messages out there I done had with my homies and shit. I said, man, I don't see it, man. You know, but they was young. They kept building themselves on up. And Jermall fought the better competition. I will say that. The Charles Muyaki guy, Demetrius Hopkins, Gabriel Rosado, I know, and Jermall got the title shot first, so praise be to them. They have really improved. I remember Box Nation saying we never want to see them again. What's the white guy? I fuck with him too on Box Nation. He sits in the studio and he talks. And if I can watch every fight on Box Nation, I would. He said, man, they just boring. We don't want to see them no more. Don't put them on our TV. Yeah, Bruce. He said we don't want to see them no more. And you know, I'm like, man, I say UK bullshit bias, but they keep it 100. I said, yeah, that wasn't a good showing. I think he was fighting the Charles Muyaki guy at the time. Yeah, Steve Bruce. He was like, I don't want to see them. They boring. And everybody on the panel that night agreed. I'm like, shit, I couldn't even keep a straight face. I was like, he fucking right. He right. And he was right. But after that, you know, he had a tough fight. Jermall had a tough fight with Vonaz. You know. And in that fight, Ronnie Shields was talking cash shit to him, you know. He left Ronnie Shields. They lied and said it was a money split. It could have been. He said he wanted to train closer to Dallas. He was opening up a gym in Dallas. Long story short, he would get with Derrick James and become one of the most, I think he's the best all-around boxer in boxing right now. Him and Terrence Crawford. I think there's no more well-rounded fighter than Jermall Charlo and Terrence Crawford. I could be missing the guy too. But them two, they can box, they got defense, and they got offense. They can counter punch. I mean, Charlo can cut the ring off from closer distance. But Jermall Charlo, to get into this situation with him, he's become a better boxer. I don't think he's a better boxer than what his brother is, but he got the size, and the size is polarizing. And we all love, you know, the size, the muscle, the traps, the back, the power. He's a good power puncher. But it is a debate about, does he even hit harder than his brother no more? Everybody say he hit harder than Jermall. That is a debate to have right now. Because Jermall is cracking the fuck out of fools. But all I know is this. I'm going to date it back. Right after the Austin Trout victory, Jermall Charlo announces he's going to 160, I believe, around this time. He gets on IG. I mean, he at the bar talking about his chick ass. I watched the video. The brother named Mazuma TV. I think he out of Philly. He gets on there, and he starts talking cash shit. Even I did a video on it. He's talking cash shit, man. He says, I knock out Jacobs and Triple G the same night. And he said, fuck Philly, basically, or something, fuck Philly. And Jesse Hart was on there. He said, I'll knock your bitch ass out too. I come to 68 to knock your ass out. He was feeling good that night. You know? So right there, he laid the gauntlet down. He said, I want to fight Danny Jacobs. I want to fight Danny Jacobs. I want to fight Danny Jacobs. You know, he been screaming Danny Jacobs' name for a minute. Danny Jacobs signed with Eddie. You know, he made a career move and got a deal with HBO. Without the HBO deal, there's no Eddie Hearn for Charlo. I mean, for Jacobs, excuse me. There's no deal for that, but that's the story within his own right. But Eddie Hearn said, we're not even interested in Jermall Charlo. There's articles out there. I did videos. He said, we're not worried about him. You know, we going to, you know, basically chase the Golovkin and Canelo fight. So Danny Jacobs wasn't worried about him. He didn't really think, like, you know what, fuck that motherfucker. But at the same time, Alexander Lara, when he switched over, was calling him out. No, you could have made that fight, Lara, with Jacobs a long time ago. So that whole camp was like, you know, Danny Jacobs probably was like, man, fuck them niggas, man. So then again, Charlo started chirping again. This is around the Luis Arias fight. This is after the Triple G loss, obviously. After Luis Arias loss, win for Jacobs, you know, did Danny Jacobs mention Jermall Charlo? No, he did not. Jermall Charlo mentioned him and called him out on several different occasions. Then, you know, he started training. He was training. He would say, yeah, I would fight Charlo. He can come over to HBO. But that's during the Arias. But when the Arias fight happened, after he beat Arias, he didn't say shit about Jermall Charlo. maybe it was HBO asking not to say nothing. And Eddie was like, so then he goes into this next fight he just had with Salucky. Magic Man Salucky. That's what somebody called him the other day. Alright, Salucky, in my opinion, I thought Salucky got him. I'm on there with Sandy Walden, man. And a lot of us scored it for me, Cali, and Angel Santos had it a draw. I scored it for 1 point by Salucky. Me and Black Horseman Promotions had Salucky by 1 point. It was a close fight. Then he wants to call out Charlo. But what had happened a week before that was, I'm going to tell you why Charlo said, I'm not concerned with Danny Jacobs right now. But even going back before that, he says, look here, Danny Jacobs. I dropped Hugo Centennial Jr. You dropped Magic Man Salucky. Because they had both fought, Salucky and Hugo Centennial Jr. We can fight for the interim belt. Let's do this right now. I'll fight you for the interim WBC belt, which I'm pretty sure Danny Jacobs was offered. Because it went from 1, 2, 3 down the line. Charlo was number 1 contender. Canelo was number 2, but at the time Canelo wasn't concerned with the WBC. He was beefing with him. Jacobs was number 3. Hugo Centennial Jr. was number 4. So obviously Jacobs passed the opportunity up. So then when Hugo got injured, Charlo said, shit, we can fight on April 28th. Let's do it right then and there. Jacobs, was like, I'm good. I'm going to fight Magic Man Salucky. Obviously that happened. Charlo did what he got to do. But when Charlo was named the intern WBC champion, and they said that after Canelo and Triple G2, which may or may not happen, I just dropped a video on that, I'm not sure, they got to fight you or they going to give you their belt. So basically for him, why would for Charlo, let's put ourselves in the business mind, because that's what Jacobs was in before the call out. You the interim champion. You done heard on Dante's Boxing Nation, everybody done heard that interview. You done heard the situation where they said, we not going to fight you. We good. We not going to fight you. You won't bring nothing to the table. And Team Triple G and Unable Sanchez and Gennady Golovkin been saying, and you know what? We just want the money. We want to fight Ryota Murata, whatever that guy named in Japan. He brings some money. We not concerned with it. So you know it's a good chance that this guy can drop his belts. It's a good chance that Triple G is going to drop his belts. And I just did a video on him using Charlo, Jacobs, and Shevchenko and Ryota Murata as leverage against Canelo. They tell Canelo, Unable Sanchez, and Team Triple G that we have other options. We got Jacobs, Charlo, Ryota Murata, and Shevchenko. He said we got options. So we don't just need you, Canelo. These options might be less financially, but we just ain't gonna let you revolve around. The boxing don't revolve around you. That's their exact words. They just talking about the cast that he built on his hands, all type of shit. But one motherfucker they left out though. One dude they left out though. They left out Billy Joe Saunders. They not trying to fight him. Y'all seen the video I did yesterday about Billy Joe Saunders. Frank Warren said they lying. We never priced ourselves out for a Golovkin fight. If you want undisputed, we willing to talk about it. We willing to make a deal happen. We already had a deal in place for Billy Joe Saunders to go to Kazakhstan last June and fight Golovkin. But Golovkin listened to Oscar De La Hoya and he grabbed Golovkin by his little Triple G thong and said, if you fight Billy Joe Saunders to become undisputed, Canelo Alvarez will not fight you. So how can a motherfucker, okay, the ring belt ain't even a real belt, but how can a dude who don't have a belt dictate what you do? Because at the end of the day, what Canelo gonna do? Move up to 68, move back down to 54 and get a belt? He ain't doing that. Eventually, Triple G, he was gonna have to come and see you. You got every belt. He was gonna have to come and see you. So they messed that up, let little Oscar, dictate that and shit. So he ain't trying to fight nobody, man. He trying to fight the little Asian dude that was a gold medal winner, and people say, oh, he's a gold medal winner. He's a good. I seen him fight. He got a lot to grow. He's a good fighter, but Zhu Shimin was a 2-time gold medal winner. What the fuck did that mean? So that's the situation. So basically, Charlo is pretty much anticipating and banking on a Triple G fight. He might know some inside information. He might know some inside information. He might. He might know that Triple G may drop the belt or he may fight him. And my belief is Triple G fought Antonio Rubio, and technically he fought that for his interim title when Canelo handed him the title. So at the end of the day, if Triple G is about his money, they usually when you hold a belt, they usually take a 3% cut out your pay. Unless you Mayweather, Canelo, you making a certain amount of money, they cut it down. When you hold more than one belt, they might cut it down to 2.5 or 2%, or whatever they may cut the purse, what they take out of your purse. Because every time you hold a belt, you pay a sanctioning body fee, and it's usually 3%. What's going on? 3%. You know, and then you got the IBF, the WBA, the WBC. That's 9% right there, and you probably got the IBO, which he holds, taking 1 more percent. So that's 10%. You pay your manager and your coach 10%. So that's 30% going out your purse. So for Triple G, why are you gonna continue to hold boxing up? You already going into a legal war with the IBF over Sergey Shevchenko being your manager, and you having to fight him by August 3rd or get stripped. I mean, the WBC. I mean, why is you holding that belt in WBA? You should only hold one of them. You know, honestly, you only should hold one. And the obvious belt that Triple G should hold is the WBA Super Champion. It has no mandatory, especially if he want to fight Ryota Murata. He beats him, that regular WBA championship goes up for a vacant title. So if your ambitions is not to fight Billy Joe Saunders, and you really don't want to fight Jermall Charlo, or you really don't want to fight this guy and that guy, give up the 2 belts and just defend the WBA Super Champion. It gives you the freedom not to have a mandatory. So that's the smart thing. And if he does that, I don't know if people gonna look at him funny. But he said, you know what, I couldn't. You know, he can spin it how you want to spin it. I couldn't fight Billy Joe Saunders. He wasn't, you know, what I was looking for. He didn't bring the money I wanted, or he overpriced it. Whatever lies he want to tell. So I dropped my belts. I'm gonna defend the WBA champion, and I'm happy with that. You know, and that's one thing he could do, and I think that's what should happen. Let Charlo get the belt and defend it versus Danny Jacobs, or let Danny Jacobs go over there and holler at Frank Warren and Billy Joe Saunders, and him and Eddie Hearn look like they're gonna be working together in the World Boxing Super Series Bantamweight tournament. Which I'm telling you guys, man, Ricky Diallo, he declined the offer. You know, the story is starting to get out there. He declined. You're gonna hear this from the horse's mouth. He declined because his doctors advised him was too much weight to cut. So any other story that you hearing about him ducking is simply going from 130 to 118. He's being not advised to do that, being like 40 years old. So you heard it from me here first about the brother Ricky Diallo. And I'm one of the few channels that still talk about the guy, man. Hopefully he can come back and do something, but it ain't looking as likely, man. This tournament was gonna be his best opportunity to do that, man. And I wish the brother nothing but the best. But yeah, that's why, you know, basically, you know, now that Jacobs is in the driver's seat, now that Jermall Charlo's in the driver's seat, he sees that Danny Jacobs, he can't do no numbers. He barely sold out half of the Barclays Center with Jarrell Miller. I'm gonna hire you the king of Brooklyn. You can't sell out your arena or come close to selling out your arena. You know, you can't be the king of Brooklyn. So now that Charlo was in the driver's seat, he's in a position of power. He said, shit, I wanted to fight Danny Jacobs a long time ago. But now that I'm in a position of power, I really ain't looking to fight him no more. I know I'm gonna get a WBC title shot, or I'm gonna get a free title from Triple G if the WBC honor their word, and then we can fight when the title on the line, and he can be the Super C side. He not even gonna be a B side to the situation. You know, he gonna have to come see me and break his HBO contract, where HBO had to pay me out the ass for me to come over there to put pause on it. So it's basically a game of cat and mouse. First, Danny Jacobs coming off the Triple G loss was the more hotter name, but now Charlo getting robbed in the club and barking and calling Triple G out and getting knockouts. Now people starting to look at him like, yeah, we know who he is now. You know, they them loudmouth motherfuckers from Houston, Texas. You know, now he planning a homecoming fight. You had. It's basically like this, blood. It's like this, bro. All right, you out there in the military. I'm gonna put it to you this way. Okay, you on your first little trip in the military. You in the infantry, you know, whatever they call it, shooting motherfuckers up. All right, then again, you come back, you know, knock your girl up. You got some kids now. Now you think you want to go back to infantry again? Frontline infantry? Hell no. Because now you got kids, you got something to protect now. You know, first Charlo ain't had shit to lose. He didn't have no WBC interim title. You know, he didn't have no fast track to the title. Now that he got a way to the title, hell no, he ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it now. And Al Heyman is setting him a fight up in Houston, his hometown. He ain't gonna do it. You know, first he basically saying, when I wanted to fight you and I was the lesser fighter, Danny Jacobs, you didn't want to give me the shot. Now I'm sitting on top. I'm good. Regardless of if people call me a pussy or not, it's been on record saying that I wanted to fight you, but now I'm in a position of power. No, and then everybody talking shit about me anyway. When I wanted to fight you, they was talking shit about me, saying I wasn't ready, wasn't fight nobody. And then when I didn't want to fight you, they still gonna talk shit. I'm in a lose-lose situation. I'm sitting wait for Triple G, wait for him to hand that belt off. It's just the way it been played. He gave him an opportunity. Now he on top. That's the way the game is being played. Danny Jacobs ain't doing no numbers like they thought he would. He need a dense opponent, and we know Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren don't mix. You know, so where he gonna go to? You know, even he said after the Slucky fight, I gotta think long and hard about fighting Sergey Shevchenko. You know why? Because they trained by Andre Rozier. They got the same camp. I gotta think hard about, because that's how you gonna get a title shot. He thinking about that now because he know he done handcuffed himself with Eddie Hearn and he beefing with Frank Warren. And you know with Billy Joe Saunders being the H side, he know he gonna run the check up on Danny Jacobs and Eddie Hearn, man. So he ain't even gonna try that. So his best bet is to, okay, I'm thinking about fighting my stablemate. He can go get another fucking coach from wherever the fuck he from Ukraine. Or I can go for Charlo. Charlo just shut a door on him and say, no, nigga, when I asked for a helping hand and one opportunity to fight you, you said no. So the only door you can go down is hoping that Triple G fight you again, which is slim to none. Hoping that Canelo Alvarez is open to fight you, which Spike O'Sullivan is in the front running for that. Or then fight your stablemate, Sergey Shevchenko. That's basically like Saul, when you got to cut your own leg off and you got to fight your partner. Somebody that you've been in camp with. So, yeah, he fucked himself up. So, Charlo, like, you talk shit about me, I don't care no more. Because when I wanted to fight the best, I got shitted on. When I didn't want to fight the best and want to fight at home, I got shitted on. So I'm in a shitted on situation, and I hate to be so belligerent, but I feel where he coming from. And at the end of the day, people going to say this and that, but it's well documented that Eddie Hearn said we wasn't interested in that fight until it became financially good for them for this fight. So, it ain't that he doing numbers no more. You know, you could talk about the numbers, oh, he ain't the main event fighter, Charlo ain't this. He's the mandatory challenger to Triple G. Let's say it with me. He got the route right to the green belt. And if Triple G don't fight him and drops the green belt, he is the champion. So in this situation, he's the A side of Danny Jacobs. So when he's going to be the champion, if he fight Danny Jacobs right now, he might not get a 50-50 split. He might get a 60-40 split. But if he comes in and beat Triple G, or he gets that belt from Triple G however way, he has that green belt, oh, guess who the A side is? That's a 20% swing in revenue. Oh, you want me to come out to Brooklyn? Oh, no, you going to Houston. Because he going to be fighting in Houston sometime soon. And they going to show Cuz mad love. Bum B, all of them going to push for that fight. Them tickets going to be gone wherever he fight at. You know, just like Earl Spence tickets is flying off there. Please believe me, one thing I know about living in the South is they community support them. The South ain't had too many fighters like the Charlo twins in Texas and Earl Spence. And y'all say, well, they riding they nuts and shit. Yeah, you damn right. We used to everybody being a football player, everybody being a good basketball player or baseball player. Now you got an individual like a boxer. Hell yeah. Same thing they did with Tommy Hearns in Detroit in the 80s. Tommy Hearns walk down my street right now, niggas throw rose petals at his feet. You know, once you conquer the city, in real cities with real niggas in it, and Houston got a lot of real niggas, my man's moved out there. Got a couple homies in Dallas. Once you move there, the community gonna support you. That's what the South is. The South is a good community. You know, you go in Detroit and ask niggas for directions, they might rob your ass if you in the wrong hood. Shit, it ain't too many right hoods. You go to the South, I stayed in Montgomery, Alabama, bruh. Birmingham as well, too. Florida, Atlanta. I go down there and ask for, oh, yeah, you go this way, that way. Yeah, Detroit. Oh, yeah, go around the corner. It's right there. Pow, pow, pow. Set your ass up. It's no lie. Southern hospitality is real. You know, it's a totally different ball game, and that's why I'm trying to make a move back down there, man. So they gonna make sure them brothers sell out. Brooklyn, I couldn't believe Danny Jacobs can do better numbers in Brooklyn. When I say Adrian Broner, before I get to the next subject and answer some questions, when I say Adrian Broner had the Barclays Center slapping with bad bitches, and I got the live streams and the videos and the pictures to prove it, dog. He definitely did his thing, bro. You know, they was rooting for that sorry ass nigga. They might have been talking shit, but they was rooting for him. So that is what it is, man. You know, that's Southern Hospital, Newark, Brick City in the bill. Oh, that's our second person. Yeah, I know about Jersey, man. Jersey, a motherfucker. Go through some of these questions real quick, man. It's a lot of these motherfuckers. Man, I'm gonna try to get to them. Or y'all just shoot y'all questions again. I can read them as they go. But here we go. Triple G will never fight Charlo ever, since he was even talking about them fighting in the future. Triple G is getting older. Jacobs exposed him already after the Canelo fight. He's done. Yeah, I think Kell Brook kind of laid the groundwork as well too. But Jacobs, you know, I thought Jacobs left a lot on the table versus Triple G. I was at that fight. I thought he could have did a lot more, but I thought he squeezed it out. But also, Lucky exposed Jacobs too. You know, Lucky did a hell of a job versus Jacobs. If Lucky go back down to 154, he's gonna be a problem. Errol Spence building a relationship with the Cowboys. Just wait until Mark Cuban's catches win. Oh, Mark Cuban always down for the cause. He might have talked some shit about Kenyon Martin and his mother raising him. He almost got his ass whooped. But Mark Cuban is always down for the small guy. I think he grew up broke. He was a little computer nerd that came up with an idea and came up rich. So he always gonna be down with the dirt. But yeah, that relationship with the Cowboys, like somebody else said on their live stream, if Earl Spence acted like Adrian Broner, Steven and Jerry Jones would never get with Earl Spence. You know, he's a nice, clean-cut individual. They can get behind that, and that's the best thing he can do is align with the Cowboys. I hate them motherfuckers though. Jacobs hasn't earned Brooklyn yet because he didn't take advantage of the momentum like so many other fighters. Yeah. He trying to take advantage with bringing Charlo there because everybody in Brooklyn know who Charlo is, especially after he knocked out Hugo Centennial Jr. You know, I think he knocked out Jorge Sebastian Highland there too. So he's starting to grow some clout over there in Brooklyn. So it'll be a good fight to go down on the East Coast. That's something I'll go to. If TT and Ricky Diaz said he can't make 118. I don't think he's going to come back down to 122 if he come back and fight. I really think he might be done. If you go to 126, I talked about it earlier, all of them going to move up. Gary already moving up, but him and Gary Russell that'll be a dangerous fight for Ricky Diaz. But Frampton, Santa Cruz, Mark, they all going to move at the 130. They already talked about it. So if he show up in that division, you can just know they going to run from him again. But everybody just going to talk about how Ricky Diaz quit versus Lomachenko, but nobody talk about how them motherfuckers, how they single-handedly destroyed Ricky Diaz's career. You see both Charlo brothers unifying their divisions. That's tough. I can't predict it. I can see Jermall possibly doing it. But for Jermall to do it, it's going to take Saddam Ali losing. You know, if Jamie Munguai, I can't pronounce the cuz's name. I had it unpacked the other day. He can fight. I pick him to beat Saddam Ali. Andre Rozier said I'm on crack. Anybody that's picking against Saddam Ali. It's just this about the WBO. The WBO is thrown more twists and turns than in any division. If you didn't know, the welterweight division has never had an undisputed champion with the WBO. You know, the WBO has never been part of a welterweight undisputed. And I asked a question about a couple months ago. You know, should you need all 4 belts? You know, the IBF, WBO, WC, WBA to be considered an undisputed champion? And people say, yeah, that's the point. But people don't know that you only needed 3 of the 4 belts not too long ago, a few years ago, until they changed and said you had to have all 4 of them. And I think the WBO, it shouldn't be a part of it. It's not that prestigious. That's basically a top-ranked Golden Boy belt. Oh, you box out of Newark? You got a channel? You got some footage? Let me know. You know, just comment, and I'll click on there in my another video. This video, the comments go away. I hate the Cowboys, and I'm from Dallas. Man, yeah, man, I ain't, man. Nah, the 90-something Cowboys, I fuck with them, dog. Dion and Emmett and them. These new niggas, man. Shout out, I appreciate, Riley being new to the channel. Appreciate it. These new Cowboys, man, they ain't won shit. They got the nerve to talk about Detroit Lions. You motherfuckers been just as sorry as we had. Other than us going 0-16. And I didn't want to stand in Detroit. We went 0-16, so I didn't witness it, so I don't even count it. I always thought Jacobs was missing something. Charlo would beat Jacobs. Yeah, with the Pirog fight, most people said that he might have been missing something. Maybe it was experience, because people forget. I was arguing with somebody on somebody's live stream. I think it was Corey Lee Boxing. I was arguing with that dude about, I don't know if it was him in particular. I don't want to put him out there like that, but yeah, it was him. The Pirog fight was supposed to be Danny Jacobs' correlation. It was his coming out party, and Pirog iced that ass. So yeah, he missing something. Him and Jorge Linares is missing something. Jorge Linares, they just missing something. It's another guy to me that's just missing something. I can't put my finger on his name. She said, give me one word that describes where all politics came from in boxing now. Pay-per-view. Whoever fucking created pay-per-view. That really changed the landscape of boxing, pay-per-view, and promoters. Anybody that's with a white collar, promoters, managers, white collar and money made boxing more of a business. Obviously, with those words I use. Why do you think Broner sells so many tickets even though he lost as he's a marketing genius? His excuses is being accepted by everybody. Well, I got shot up at the bar in Cincinnati. I had a lot on my mind. Oh, I knocked somebody in the Las Vegas, Nevada Strip. Oh, you know what? I ate raviolis instead of oodle noodles tonight. People buy his excuses, man. And that fake beef he had with Takashi 6ix9ine had y'all talking about that shit. No. Shout out to Killmonger with the $5 super chat. Definitely appreciate it, my brother. Danny lost a few steps after Lil G. I think that's factual. We did a video, KV, on that, man. Unable Sanchez said that as well. He felt like he lost a few steps and took a beating. Versus the Arias fight, he still looked explosive. Versus what's the dude name he just fought, Lucky? He just was wild and he was slower than usual. So I don't know. Maybe it's just the level of competition that's not making him look up and shit and be serious. Taking these guys serious. WBO shouldn't count. Yeah, I don't think it should count. It got too many ties to Top Rank and Golden Boy, man. Too many ties, man. That's my opinion. Look at all their champions. Fuck yeah. Saddam Ali, Jeff Hearn, Slash Terry Flanagan, Maurice Hooker. Shout out to Maurice Hooker. He's from the Dallas area. He fighting Terry Flanagan for the 140-pound junior welterweight WBO title. Ray Beltran. Lomachenko still is the champion at 130. You go down to 126. Oscar Valdez is the champion. Shit, and 120, shit, I don't even know who the fuck at 120 no more, man. Chosen One, that's what's up. Emmett, yeah, I like Emmett, man. I still like Emmett to this day. They was immortal, dog. That was America's team. This shit today ain't America's team. It's America's tragedy. What up, Get 'em Mike? Yeah, we gonna set something up with Get 'em Mike and Cali. They back to back. Jamie White will beat Saddam Ali. His defense is superior to Saddam Ali. He get caught with some uppercuts though, but his left hook is a motherfucker, man. He touched Cuz with that left hook, man, to the body and to the head. He got a little pop-up left hook. That shit sweet as hell. And Chavez Senior love him. So, what up, Blood? Yeah, what up, Blood? Mr. Washington. Shout out to the $2 super chat from Mr. Washington. Appreciate it. Damn, that's a full sweep for a team. Al. Yep. Sup, Curtis. Boo Boo missing something. Boo Boo, I can tell you what Boo Boo missing. Boo Boo is missing the competitive mentality, bro. He ain't competitive, dog. No, he don't got that drive, man, that killer instinct, man. And that's sad, man, because Boo Boo, man, I gotta say, people, Boo Boo should be the #1 fighter in the world, man. He should. Because he could have beat Canelo. He could have beat Lara. He would have whooped on Trout. Let's say he did that. He jumped up to 160, before Triple G started cleaning up. And then he could have had a showdown with Triple G. he would have been mentioned amongst one of the best. But like I said, you know, I think his chin is suspect just because it's how his personality is, man. I think he don't want it no more. He got kind of a situation with Andre Dirrell. I was at that fight too when Arthur Abraham punched Andre Dirrell in the nose, and he faked like, or he really act like he ain't want it no more. And the story behind that was he was going to have to fight Andre Ward in the next round, and he didn't want to fight Andre Ward. So they said he faked that with Arthur Abraham. You know, he had to, you know, sit out a while so they wouldn't sue him and shit and leave him the tournament. So I think kind of Andre kind of got, you know, something happened where it traumatized him in that ring where he don't want to be great no more. He just been talking crazy, man. I think remember him meeting Amber Rose, man. He did. Jacobs is just not elite. He is a good boxer, but I don't like he got power and got knocked down by Triple G doing something he wasn't supposed to. Yeah, you know, Triple G kind of held that nigga too. He got caught on the ropes, but he got back up. But he fought scary versus Triple G, but he boxed. He did what he had to do. Promoters, I'm here. What's going on? Boxing Clip. Did you see Blood's Heavyweight Series? No, I did. I gotta check that out. Has Jacobs ever been a world champion? He's held the regular WBA belt, and then he fought Triple G for the full belt. The regular WBA belt, it's just a title. It's a paper championship, so it's not a real world title. So I wouldn't consider him a real world titleist. But then again, they've been counting the regular world title defenses for Triple G as defenses towards Hopkins' record. So yeah, disable Sanchez. So you take it for you. Jermall has a nice body attack, decent jab, solid from a technical standpoint. He cuts the ring off extremely well and has the ability to get on his toes. Yeah, he good. He just green, man. Shout out to Cali. Yeah, he probably gonna fuck around and beat Ali. But if he ain't got no world class chin, Ali gonna knock that ass out though. Ali can punch. Ali is a gifted puncher. Ali just moves too much with his feet. Ali does a lot of excessive movement, and that tires him out, man. If he was learning to sit down and be more aggressive and just do calculated movement and just move when he got to, and then at the end of the fight he just bounce around and just stick and move, he'll be a better fighter. Saddam Ali is one of the most skillful fighters in boxing right now. It's just that he gotta move. He can't fight being stationary, man. And he just do it. I ain't just saying that where he just gotta be a plotter all day and just sit down all day. But this motherfucker just run the whole fight, and that just drains his energy. I don't think Jacobs lost anything. He's just not elite fighter. He was while against Arias too. Yeah, that could be a track. Shit, give me your top favorite fighters in the last 10 years. Damn, I couldn't get this year. Shit, so I really don't even know, dog. My top 5. That's a good one. Winky Wright. Chad Dawson. Floyd, I put in there. Sergio Martinez definitely in there, and one more. That's a good. I don't know who would be my last one. You know what? I say Joe Calzaghe. Yup, I say Joe Calzaghe. Y'all do my top 5, last 10 favorite. Just thinking of recent memory. Just being different. You know, I think Roy don't. I wouldn't put Roy the last 10 years in there. I forgot he been fuck his career for like 10 years now. What's Broner's excuse for trying to put? Yeah, we seen. I did a live stream on that shit, man. I had to delete it by mistake, man. YouTube kind of it did something different from when we do live streams. They take extremely longer from the mobile standpoint to upload. So basically, what they doing now is when I do a live stream mobile wise, it'll process, but then it immediately posts the live stream, but it's still processing. So when me seeing the video and clicking on it, say, damn, it worked, I deleted the processing that it was going through, and it deleted the whole video, so I know not to do that. That's the first time I seen it do that. Yeah, all up trying to, yeah, Broner been suspect, man. I don't know about that, man. Boo promised his dad, his dad managed him to making some pies. Yeah, I guess that is, man. Anytime, Roy Jones' dad did the same thing. You know, he was having Roy bum bash, and Roy had to cut him out to get the fights that he wanted. Remember Nestor interviewed his dad. It was crazy. His dad helps drag him down. Yeah, that's probably what it is. That makes sense. You know, because he was telling one of them dudes, it's not Andrade, it's Andrade. Yep, when your dad fuck up your career, that's what's happening. See, do you think Jacobs did better against Triple G than Canelo? I don't know. That's a good question. I thought Canelo won. I thought Danny won. I think I both had to win by 2 points. So points is about even, but I don't know, man. I think I will get Danny Jacobs. Maybe I was there live and I watched it again on the plane. I give it to Danny. Do you remember the Lee versus? No, I don't remember that fight. I don't know what you're talking about. The Lee versus fight. No, I don't remember that one. Jacobs fought Tyrion Triple G fight. Didn't want to wake up the fight until damn near, yeah. You know, he did fight scary. You know, he should have came downhill on Triple G. But the face that Triple G made after that fight, man, it looked like he lost, man, for real. Triple G was the fraud record, has the fraud record that doesn't count at all. That's the case. Then Hagler should have way more regular defensive. It took him 50 fights to get a real title shot on a winning streak. Man, Hagler didn't move up neither. Wasn't impressed with Jacobs' last fight. He was fighting in spurts. Not good. Yep. At the end of the day, he was fighting in front of his hometown fans and not the Manhattan motherfuckers. Brooklyn and Manhattan is two different type of fans, man. Two different type of people. Brooklyn is more black and Manhattan is a lot more diverse, dog. I walked through both of them multiple times. Shout out to Winky. What up, though? What do you think of Harrison versus Smith? Yeah, Tony Harrison from my city. He was supposed to blow up. Who the fuck did he lose to, man? Hearn, and I think he lost to Willie Nelson back to back. He should have beat Hearn, but his conditioning wasn't up. You know, and a lot of these fighters might be drinking and having vices, man. And that shows up in a real tough fight, in a championship fight. You can't be cutting no corners because everything you put in your body, if it's negative, it takes a little bit away. You know, still, if you drink a little bit, it's going to show in the fight. You ain't eating right, it's going to show in the fight. And Tony Harrison was boxing motherfucking, boxing Jerry Swift Hearn up. He just didn't have the stamina. Same thing with Willie Nelson. He just didn't have stamina. But he had a reputation for being a big fighter on the lower level, a big puncher on the lower level. And he believed in his power, and he failed him twice versus a chinny Willie Nelson, and then versus a big, strong Jerry Swift Hearn. So that's what's crazy about it. What's crazy is Jacobs is even, I don't know, favorite, but he gets respect. What's Winky Wright was my nigga. I love Winky Wright's story, dog. Winky Wright's story was crazy. What's crazy is Jacobs is even a great fighter. He's good, but what does that say about Triple G? Is that the best was versus 7-1, dog, struggling with a guy that never been a champion or pound for pound. Yeah, that speaks volumes, man. He struggled with a guy that was a 7-1 underdog. I picked Danny Jacobs get knocked out in the 8th round, but he said to Andre Ward on the fight game that I was expecting this monstrous puncher, this extraterrestrial being, and this dude was a regular human. That says something. Well, I've been telling y'all, dude, I'm a hater though, but been telling y'all that he was overrated. The proof's in the pudding. Man, I can't even look at AB and Tank the same no more. I mean, Tank, Tank should have just shoved his face, man. He light skinned, so we not gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I get an edge to Janny. Brian was in a video where the pick. It was in Detroit, 1981. It really started ESPN Boxing Lever. Okay, I gotta go check that out. Appreciate Curtis Anderson. He always in the comment section. I just like Joe Cal because I feel like he ducked prime fighters. And I mean, you can say he did. He still came over. The Hopkins win looked a lot better. And the Miguel Kessler fight win looked a lot better. And then the ass will be put on Jeff Lacey. You can't take that away from him. Jeff Lacey was supposed to be the next big thing. And the ass will be put on Jeff Lacey, dog. And he the only UK nigga that ain't come over here and get knocked out that I can remember. That's a prevalence. From Detroit, eating Coney Island. Oh, not today. Ain't get no money. I'm cooking. Keith Thurman been drinking. I think that's why he was drunk when he met his wife over there in the pause. His wife he met in Nepal. He flew over there. Her family owned a bar or some shit, a sports bar or something like that. I did a video on that too. And he said that she really wasn't into me because I was drunk. And she didn't like me because I was drunk. I'm paraphrasing. He said basically I came back the next day sober. He said he was drunk after a long flight, came back sober. You know, wooed her, they got together, you know, this and that shit. So that is true. I hope AJ grows some balls and steps up to Wilder. It ain't that AJ growing some balls. They doing the Bob Arum to AJ. They telling AJ, like, look here, you want this Wilder fight? Sign your life away. If not, we ain't fighting Wilder. I remember Winky Wright, but I don't know his story, though. Yeah, Winky Wright had to go overseas and rebuild his resume up. You know, wouldn't nobody fight Winky Wright. He had to go over there to the UK and rebuild his resume up. I believe he came back to the United States in, I forgot who he whooped on. Was it, I'm drawing a blank. It was either, I think it was Shane Mosley. I think he beat Shane Mosley twice. Yep, Winky and Floyd are my top favorite. Yeah, Winky was good. I thought he beat Bernard Hopkins too. I was watching that. It was on HBO Boxing After Dark, whatever it was called. I like Fernando Vargas and Henry Simon that you mentioned, Winky. Yeah, Fernando Vargas was cool. You know, he just ran into Trinidad at the wrong time. I don't know why they made him take that fight. Who did Joe really beat? Old Roy Jones, who couldn't pull the trigger. Old Bill, that's Baby Tyson. At the end of the day, it's easy. Like, the thing about the Joe Kawasaki thing, man, and the Jeff Lacey, it's easy, dog, to say in hindsight that, Jeff Lacey wasn't shit. But at the time, everybody was picking Jeff Lacey to go over and whoop Cuz ass, though. Ain't nobody, and you lying if you told him that you expect Jeff Lacey to put the ass whooping that he put on Jeff Lacey, dog. You lying, man. Ain't nobody thought that shit, man. I watched that fight so many times. He fucked Jeff Lacey up. What's going on, world breaking fighting? Caveman Lee Detroit. Triple G Jacobs knocked down was suspect. He looked like he tripped. Yeah, it kind of, maybe he did, man, but he got back up. And, you know, he wasn't going to win that fight. For one thing, they wasn't going to let Roman Chocolito Gonzalez and Danny and Triple G lose on the same card. Yeah, Honey Gun. Honey Gun is the dude that beat Donald Curry and became undisputed. He was the second undisputed. I think he was the second undisputed champion of all time or some shit like that. I know he beat Curry. He held the WBA. It was either the WBA, the WBC, the WBA, and the IBF. Well, two of those championships he held at the time. That's all Undisputed took. I was a Jermaine Taylor fan. That was my dude. Yeah. Jermaine Taylor was serious until, I don't know what happened to that guy. Lacey is overrated. What did he do after? He didn't do shit after that fight because he got his ass whooped. That motherfucker took his whole pride away. He beat Hopkins too, though. He won. Yeah, Hopkins, y'all said he was old at the time, but look at him. Y'all said Roy was old too, but Roy was still fighting until a couple months ago. Who will be king at 160? I don't know. All the motherfuckers ain't fought nobody. I'm just being honest at 160 pounds. I just read Aaron quote saying that if Loma and Pac both win, that's next. He lying out here, dog. He just got a, he just told IFL TV, because I was going to do a video on that, but I heard him say that earlier this week too. But he just told IBFL TV that if Lomachenko beats Linares this weekend, he'll look to unify with Ray Beltran, that's what's gonna happen, or with Mikey Garcia. So he been out here selling lies all day. Yeah, Lacey was only good prospect to prove in regard. Yeah, it was. I mean, but at the end of the day, y'all was picking him to go over there and whoop that white boy, and that white boy whooped him. Shout out to the LDBC. That's what it is. He slapboxed Hopkins to death. He slapboxed Jeff Lacey to death too, but Jeff Lacey came out looking like a totally different person. Well, Beltran got a belt though. Beltran got the. I'm gonna tell you about the Beltran fight. Beltran got the top ranked inaugural belt, the WBO. So they ain't letting that WBO go nowhere. This would be the first time if Lomachenko does beat Linares and unifies with Beltran. It'd be the first time that he unified two titles in one division. So nobody talks about how Lomachenko never unified a belt, unified a division. You don't hear about that, do you? Be real. Have you ever heard somebody say, Tank ain't shit. He should step up and fight Lomachenko. But Lomachenko ain't never unified a division, though. He didn't unify 26. He didn't unify 30. And y'all heard what E.J. Smith said, man. Didn't y'all hear what E.J. Smith just said? Somebody sent me the link. I gotta watch it, but I just read the art. I just read the little hair clippings. He said Gervonta Tank Davis was out here punishing 154 pounders. He said, "I warned Lomachenko that power is real." And you know, Gary Russell knocked him down with a body shot. That's what everybody say. Whitaker was my favorite fighter growing up. Yeah, Pernell was sweet. Man, that was before my time, but he was sweet. Prime Roy, I'll give you Prime Roy. But that was Prime Bernard Hopkins. I don't give a fuck what you say. Hopkins, man, Hopkins was young. You know, he started fighting at 50. Roy took a great career and spent last year's fucking it up. 15, 20-year-olds don't know about. Yeah, you're right. A lot of young people don't know. Roy was that deal, man. You know, even though that was longer than 10 years ago. Roy, man, Roy was unreal. Roy is the greatest athlete to ever put on gloves. He's the most athletic boxer I've ever seen, man. I've never seen nobody start off at 154 pounds and win a title at heavyweight. Shit on Ruiz if you want to. I ain't seen nobody do it. All these weak-ass heavyweights we done had, you know. Oh, I mean, Charles Martin had a championship belt. You hear, did you hear, I can't even give you an example. Did you hear fucking Charlo talking about I'm going to go up and fight motherfucking him or anybody from light heavyweight? You know, you hear anybody from light heavyweight, Kovalev, I'm going to jump up and fight Charles Martin? Hell no, because that shit ain't easy to do. Pac beats Lomachenko by KO. Maybe Loma has Loma has no crazy power. He just frustrates the opponent. Pac gonna find a way to open up. Plus he will be roided up. The thing about Lomachenko is him and Alexander Usyk is very amateurish. But Lomachenko, when he fought Gary Russell, notice the difference. Even though he had lost to Salido, he learned a lot in that fight. When he fought Gary Russell, y'all, he sat down on a lot of shots. His feet was planted. He wasn't doing that ballerina shit and tap dancing and just pity-patting. He was generating power on Gary Russell. He had a different type of respect for Gary Russell. You know, he respected Gary Russell's craft. He didn't fight nobody else like he fought Gary Russell to this day. And I suspect that type of performance versus Jorge Linares. I did that in a prediction video. So, he ain't fought nobody like he was sitting down on his shots with Gary Russell, dog. Yeah, he said Ruiz be a lot of guys supposed to use to, yup. Boxing Clinic from the 88-0. Rory was unbeatable. Tony was great. Yeah, he beat the shit out of James Tony. He came out to the Thuggish Ruggish Bone on that one. With the little, the suit jacket and shit. And doing the little Rory. Why nobody fuck with Rory? Rory was the only nigga I seen dominate boxing without a jab. His lead hooks was his jab. You know, his lead hooks was his jab. You know, and he beat James Toney. James Toney can crawl all he wants. Talking about I was weight drained. I should have been a heavyweight the whole time. Look, you wasn't heavyweight. That was your mistake. Got your ass whooped. Roy Jones was on that rip tour though, even though it was legal at that time. And Roy Jones was an idiot by putting 20 pounds of muscle on, go up to heavyweight and coming back down. That was the dumbest shit I ever heard in boxing. Salido took Loma to school, yeah. But Lomachenko learned from the Salido fight at the end how to sit down on his punches. But since then, he ain't been sitting down on shit, man. You know, he been playing with motherfuckers. Roy Jones is the best boxer of my lifetime. I was a big James Toney fan here in Detroit. Roy is the man. Yup, he did it. Roy was a bad boy. Gary is a monster who would choose that Lomo versus Gary. Who would choose? I don't know, man. I gotta see Gary. Gary told Tank, if you get in my way, I'm gonna fuck you up. That's what he told him. So you might Gary moving up after this fight if you can get past JoJo Diaz, which hopefully he should. I'm not a big Andre Ward fan, to be honest, man. He a good fighter, but I ain't the biggest Andre Ward fan. Maybe it's the business decisions off the away from boxing. Maybe that's what it is for me, Andre. But he ain't top 15 guys I rooted for. He top 15. But we're gonna end this. I'm gonna come back with some videos, man, because I gotta use the bathroom. Going to sign. You going to co-sign with Broner? Hell no. I'll take Vargas, Timothy Bradley again, and all that. But I got to jump up because I got to piss. Eddie Hearn, big ducking news. Yeah. I'm not going to pay that $20 for that streaming bullshit. You know, I ain't paying that shit. I mean, he could, yeah. James Toney said he actually was 205 pounds when he played college ball. So I wouldn't say he needed steroids to move up, but he did get caught cheating. Mayweather was from another planet. Yup. I'm going to sign off right now because I got a fist. Appreciate it.